Today, we're going to cover a few coaching questions that will allow you to see how your upbringing and what you experienced in your home life has a pretty profound impact on your dating choices. Hi, I'm Janelle, a professional life coach with a niche in relationship coaching. I specialize in working with professional women who are 35 plus who are seeking to date and partner with more self awareness and intentionality. So, if you like this type of content, please like, subscribe, comment below, share, etc. Now, this video that I recently watched, it was from Bourbon Bougie, and that is her handle across all her social media platforms. I really enjoy her content. She makes very woman centered and woman positive content. And in this particular video, she was talking about an article from Business Insider, and it discussed like how your upbringing basically impacts who you choose to partner with, who you choose to deal with, and how, because of that upbringing and those initial experiences, it basically forms your mind about what love is and how love is shown because these are your caregivers who are expressing this towards you. And for better or for worse. So, if you grew up in a very healthy and safe environment, you probably have a very positive correlation of how love is expressed versus if you didn't, you have a very negative correlation about how love is expressed. They did speak about attachment styles as well. And I've done a podcast about that, episode about that a while ago. But it was very interesting in stating that there's something called, and I have my notes over here, so I'm going to be turning a bit. It's called corrective emotional experience. So when a person is seeking out the same negative experience, say someone grew up in a not too positive environment, they are going to seek out a partner with the same characteristics as the person who was very negative in their household and their upbringing to try to correct that negative experience they had in childhood with love, etc. And of course, it does not work. So there is so much insight for anyone who's wondering why they may seek partners or seem to always attract partners that don't have their best interest at heart or maybe have a particular negative or toxic trait. Very great article. I'll leave the link below in the description box so you can watch the full video. So this made me think about what some of the work that I get to do with my clients and identifying those patterns and how important it is as a part of your personal work. So let's jump into some coaching questions that I want you to use and go through, reflect on, answer them a couple times just to get very clear because the goal is to develop that self-awareness. Question one, how can an understanding of the impact of early caregiver relationships um, allow you to have more self-awareness in romantic pursuits? Question two, who might have a precedent for what is considered normal in romantic relationships? Like, who would you say has a precedent in your life that you can think of growing up? And also, what are you modeling your relationships after? Question three, when reflecting on past relationships, what similarities are often observed when you compare them to maybe the dynamics that existed in the household that you grew up in? Question four, how is recognizing these patterns going to be of a benefit to you moving forward in your dating life? And question five, what are the potential outcomes if you continue to partner with individuals who embody the characteristics of main caregivers that grew up in your household in terms of how they express love? Think about that, take your time, fresh notebook, pen, write it down. Now, just my thoughts on this. I was not surprised about this, but I thought it was really interesting because it made me start doing some self-reflection in the type of partners that I usually, date and engage with, etc. And there are certain characteristics that I look for that very much are similar to my father. My father, great man. My parents have been married for a very long time. I always grew up in a very safe, healthy environment, two-parent professional household. In, I guess, my father's toxic trait, I would say, but it's also a trait I seek in partners, is he's a workaholic. I'm also a workaholic, as well as my sister. But anyway, so that is something that if a man doesn't work, a lot, I see that as a negative. Now, in the perspective of normal, I wouldn't say that that's true, but that's how I've always perceived someone who's worked a lot. And that came from experiencing that growing up. So I thought that was really cool. Some other things that I definitely want to encourage you to do is check out the attachment styles podcast episode I have. I'll leave a link to it above in this video somewhere and also in the description box below. And another thing that was mentioned in the Bourbon Bougie video was about the ACE quiz, and it stands for Adverse Childhood Experience Quiz. So I'm going to drop a link to that because I believe for women, especially who are experiencing a lot of challenges in dating and partnership, it could very clearly be linked to this. And on that website with the ACE quiz, there are different resources that you can explore once you understand where you maybe fall in the results. That is going to be a wonderful tool to help you as well be, successful in your dating life. So once again, please like, subscribe, share, and comment below. I'll leave the links as I was talking about earlier in the description box below or link to the video. And this is your girl Jay Nell. Until next time, signing off.